YouTube app on my phone. So I had a quick break during my lunch, and it's kind of nice outside, so I decided to just sit outside. But I thought that I was having, while during my lunch break, I was doing like a Bible study and just praying and thinking and stuff. Oh no, that lady almost fell. Gosh, I'm sorry. It's terrible. You know, I don't understand the point of heels. Like I get it, it's supposed to help define your legs, and a lot of people think heels are sexy and stuff like that. And I also know that men used to wear heels before it was, I guess, more popularized and socially accepted for women to wear heels. But I don't know, it'd be a struggle sometimes seeing people walk around in heels, seeing women walk around in heels. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about, like I said in the title, or as I wrote in the title of this live stream, is that trust is the problem. I really, with this whole self-development thing, this personal development stuff that I try to talk about on this channel, and what I'm personally interested in as well, like, I think personal development, self-development is very, very important, especially if we're trying to become beneficial men, if we're trying to become beneficial people in general. And something I'm really noticing, even in my own life, is that you have to have a certain level of trust to move forward in what you're accomplishing. Whether you're chasing your dreams, whether you're trying to make improvements in your life, whether that's fitness, your diet, whatever. Like, you have to have a level of trust, either in yourself, in the Most High, in God, or whatever supernatural, supreme entity that you believe in. Like, you have to have that trust. You have to have that confidence, because if you don't really have anything to build off of. And I think that's really important, because sometimes when we're trying to do the work to change, we don't have that trust in ourselves. We don't have that confidence. When you look up the definition of trust, one of the definitions, or one of the, defining things about trust is confidence. You have to have confidence in whatever you're trusting in. And so if you're trying to make changes in your life, if you're trying to make improvements with your mental and emotional health, if you're trying to make improvements in your life, if you're trying to become beneficial, if you're trying to do all this work, if you want to be a better husband, if you want to be a better man, you got to have some confidence in yourself. You have to have some trust in yourself, even if it's just a small amount. Another word for that could be faith. And Jesus in the gospel talks about having faith the size of a mustard seed, having confidence the size of a mustard seed, having trust in the size of a mustard seed. And ultimately that faith comes from the Most High, or having that faith in the Most High to help us to move mountains, to help us to make changes in our lives. And the thing is, like, whatever we are wrestling with, or the areas that we're trying to improve in, sometimes they feel like mountains. Like for me, something I've been stuck on really for the past 6-7 years is finances. And it's kind of frustrating to talk about it, but like, I do a lot of research, not only in the personal development space, but also in the entrepreneurial and financial like intelligence space, trying to get better with how I'm using my money, how to make money, how to earn money in a more effective way. So, whether it's passive income, all that stuff, whatever. And the thing is, sometimes I get to places where I feel comfortable and I feel okay. But it doesn't take a lot for me to then be like, I don't know. I don't think things are going to be okay right now. And I'm trying to figure out what that is. I'm trying to figure out why I have this issue with money, why I have this issue with finances. And one of the things that I believe the Most High has revealed to me is that I have trust issues. I have trust issues with Him. I have trust issues with myself. Like, to some degree, I need to be able to believe in myself, to be able to believe in my own skills and abilities, to be able to make money, to be able to earn money, to have the competence to learn how to make more money. Whether that's getting a better job or asking for a better job, asking for a raise and stuff like that. Confidence is key. Trust is key. And I think with a lot of the changes that we want to see in our lives, trust is a big issue. Trust is a big issue. Again, not only trust in God, or even trust in other people, but trust in yourself. I know I'm not the only black man that struggles with that. I know I'm not the only person that struggles with that. Having that trust and that confidence in yourself to know and say and believe that, like, I can do this. I like the saying Eric Thomas gives, E.T. the hip-hop preacher. He encourages people to say, I can, I will, I must, when it comes to accomplishing the goal of whatever you need to do. And repeating that over and over and over again, to whether it's to convince yourself or to psych yourself up, to be like, I can, I will, I must do this. I can, I will, I must show up to work on time. I can, I will, I must develop my emotional intelligence. I can, I will, I must work on my mental health. And I think even if you say I can, or a lot of affirmations say I am, you have to have confidence in that. You have to have trust in that. And it's so, so important. And I think when we wrestle through things in life, sorry, it's busy. I might have to go inside soon. But one of the things, I almost lost my train of thought. One of the things that I think the enemy really does to us is he helps us, not in a good way, but he gets us to a place where we don't trust in ourselves, where we don't have confidence in ourselves, and even when we don't have confidence in the Most High. And it sucks because I think there are moments where, as a scripture that came to mind, or a passage that came to mind, but let me say this first. There's moments where I feel like the Most High wants us to have confidence in ourselves to do what we need to do. So of course, we know and we acknowledge Him, that He is the provider. He is the I am that I am. All in all, He's everything, right? He's our rock. But there are times where He's like, you need to get up. You need to get up and do what you need to do. A couple examples came to mind from scriptures, like Moses, when the Israelites were leaving Egypt and then come to the Red Sea or the Reed Sea, and Moses cries out to God, and it's like, hey, we're stuck at this Red Sea. We're stuck at, the Egyptians are behind us and the sea is in front of us. And God is kind of like, what you crying out to me for? Use that stick you got in your hand. Like, you need to have confidence in the power that I already gave you. Or I think it's Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. I used to know, you need to be confident in what I've already put in you to do and be who you need to be. And so often the enemy gets in our head to keep us from being confident in ourselves, to keep us from doing what we know we need to do and being all of who the Most High has called us to be. And I think that's so important, again, when it comes to this personal development and trying and working and striving to become a beneficial man. We got to have that confidence in ourselves. And we can hear a lot of voices. We can hear, whether it's coming from other people or voices that we hear, that we speak to ourselves, or voices that we hear from the enemy saying that, we're not good enough, or we can't do this, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. But we need to hold on to that confidence. We need to remind ourselves, even if it's just one win from when we're in the 5th grade. I don't know. You got to pull up that confidence. You have to encourage yourself in the Lord. And again, I'm saying that to myself too. There are a lot of things that I want to change, things that I want to improve in my life as I work to become a beneficial man too. And I have to remind myself to trust in myself, to trust in the things that the Most High has placed in me, the gifts, the strengths, the skills, the experiences that He's seen me through. So even with like finances, like the past 2 years, really 2020 and 2021 were like the worst years for me, the worst years for me in a lot of areas, but especially like financially. And there are moments, when you feel like you're so down and out. There's some days that you feel so down and out that you don't feel like you're gonna make it, that you don't know how tomorrow's gonna come. And I'm grateful that the Most High is like, I'm bringing tomorrow, and you'll see tomorrow. And I've seen tomorrow, and I've seen my bank account in negative, and then I've seen it in zero, and then I've seen it with some money in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, traveling and like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I'm gonna swipe this card. I don't know what's gonna happen. And it's not even always about like I was being reckless with money or whatever, but stuff just was challenging. But had to keep trusting that it's gonna be all right. Trusting that the Most High is gonna help me figure this out. He's gonna give me what I need to figure it out and to be okay. Sorry, there's a truck going by. But yeah, I don't know. It's just that thought. I think trust might be the problem. Trust might be the problem that you're having. Even when it comes to like improving how you relate to your significant other, or how you relate to yourself. You gotta develop that trust in yourself, that confidence in yourself to do the work that you need to do to improve. It's so important. And if you are a spiritual person, if you are a believer, ask the Most High to help increase your trust and your faith, not only in Him, but in yourself too. Because sometimes we'll kind of use that, like we'll use that as like a cop out, like, of course, yeah, we're supposed to put all of our burdens and things on the Most High. But like I mentioned about Moses and Joshua and different stories throughout the Bible, God says, no, you need to do this. You need to stand up and do what you need to do. You need to speak up. You need to go here. You need to do that. You need to use your staff to make changes. Like, you have to do it. I've already given you everything you need to do. As we mature in our faith, as we mature as men, there are things that we just have to do it. It's just our responsibility. He's given us the power. Now you got to lift the weight. Now you got to open the door. Now you got to say something. And I think as Christians and as believers, sometimes we're so afraid. Sorry, this plane's going by. I don't know if you can hear me. As Christians and as believers, I think sometimes we've become almost, this plane is loud. Okay, so as believers and Christians, I think we've almost come to the place where we feel so disempowered. We've become so disempowered that we don't do things, that we don't do the work that we need to do, that we don't have confidence in ourselves. When, again, the Most High wants us to be strong. Of course, He wants us to remember where we get our strength from, but He also wants us to use our strength to do what we need to do, and to not keep turning back to Him, and to like, almost like always begging for His permission. He's like, no, I already told you what to do. Go be strong. Be strong, be confident. Go do what you need to do. I'm here, and I'm supporting you. Like, but I don't know. Again, just a thought. Like, maybe like me, you have trust issues in different areas, and we just got to work on those things. We got to work on that. And I think one of the best ways to do that is to remember the times that you made it through, to remember the times that you actually saw some success, even if it's the smallest thing, because it feeds into this competence, I think it's competence confidence loop. And I'm referencing something I've heard Brendan Burchard talk about. But this confidence competence loop. So when we're competent in something, we develop confidence in it. So, like once you learn how to ride a bike, you're confident in your ability to ride a bike or driving or anything else like that. And they depend on each other. The more competent you are in something, the more confident you're about something. And sometimes we gotta, as people say, you gotta fake it till you make it. You gotta build up that confidence until you get competent, so the loop can keep going. And it's the same thing with our personal development. It's the same thing with our journey of working through our mental health and our emotional health and growing in those areas. You got to develop that confidence and that competence loop. You got to develop that trust and that confidence in yourself. Remember what you did before and just take little steps to get where you're trying to go. It's those small wins. But all right, I need to actually go eat lunch this time and end this lunch break. But thank you for those who showed up. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm hitting stuff when I shouldn't hit it. But thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, continue to work on your trust in yourself and the confidence in yourself so that you can continue to become beneficial. All right, stay safe. Continue to protect your mental. Find time for an emotional release valve. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.